All right, guys, what's going on? It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Who's number one? Week number 4. Easily the best weekend of racing we've had so far this season. We had Providence UCI this weekend. Some great cross there. Some great New England battles going on in Rhode Island. Iron Cross. Tom P. was down there in Pennsylvania this weekend. The longest cyclocross race in America. He was there. Some great coverage. Check out those links below. And of course, can't forget USGP Fort Collins. It was awesome. We went live. We had epic conditions on Saturday. The mud, the rain, 37 degrees, wind was blowing. Compton versus Nash, Powers versus Trebone. Throw Jeff Kabush in the mix. It was awesome. Let's get right to it. The rankings this week. All right, guys, your women's rankings this week. Jumping up a big gap this week. It's Laura Van Gilder takes the C1 win in Providence on Saturday. Second place there on Sunday. Caitlin Antonu, great ride for the U23 rider in Fort Collins. But where are all the other U23 women? Corinne Rivera, nowhere to be seen. Ashley James wasn't there. Caitlin is just crushing the field in the elites this year, but no sign of those other U23 riders. Moving up, Mary McConaughey, second and first in Providence for the mountain bike Olympian. Not sure if we're going to see her doing much more cross this season, but she did it this weekend and she gets on there. Nicole Duke, 8th and 7th. Okay, sort of a medium weekend for Nicole. Local rider from Colorado. Expected better things from her. The mountain bikers seem to do well there, but an average ride for Nicole. Moving up, Amy Dombrowski. Over in Europe, we're going to see her this coming weekend at the World Cup. She had great form before she left. Look for her to do big things over there in the Czech Republic this next weekend. All right, guys, number 7 this week in the rankings. That's right, you know what that sound means. Your jump of the week. But before we get there, this week, your drop of the week. Mo Bruno Roy. What happened to the New England rider? 10th and 7th in Providence. We saw her be 4th place in the USGP on Sunday, and Madison goes to Providence, a local UCI race in New England, doesn't have to travel, should have taken both wins there, instead barely cracks the top 10. Now, on the other side of things, your jump of the week this week, going from 17th to 7th place in the rankings. A lot of you thought she should have been there already. Now she is. Sue Butler. She took the win at Alpenrose last weekend, was 6th place both days in Fort Collins. A great ride for Sue. Look for her to continue that form like we've seen the last couple years, try and get back up into the top 5. Number 6 this week, Meredith Miller, the local rider from Fort Collins. Great ride on Sunday when things were dry, but Saturday in the mud, even on her home terrain, just couldn't get it done. Typical roadie.
I mean, obviously today the conditions suit me a little bit more.
Yeah, you're not helping your case as a roadie.
I know!
You can't ride in the mud, you throw it in the pavement.
But I can ride in the mud.
You're just building the stereotype.
No.
Number 5 this week, the French woman, Caroline Mani. She is awesome, having a great season so far in the US, intern at SRAM. Some great top 10, top 5, top 6 rides in Fort Collins for Carolyn this weekend. Number 4, Michael Dick, a great weekend in Fort Collins. 4th place, 5th place, coming off a bit of a break from cross, but was doing the Xterra thing for a while, so great running legs. She showed that on Saturday in the mud, ran her way to 4th place. She is back in your top 5. Number 3 this week, holds her spot, Georgia Gould. Great ride on Saturday in the mud, 3rd place. Sunday, what happened? 13th place, mechanical. We saw her there after the barriers, just pulling at her chain for like 20 minutes. You gotta feel bad for her, but on the other hand, it was pretty funny.
And I tried to pull it out. I mean, I tried many different things.
We noticed.
People were like, run!
I like how at one point you started running for 10
I started running, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
Where am I
there's a long
going?
way to the pit. Yeah. So then I go, no, surely I can take care of this on my own. So then I stopped and tried it again, and then I realized, like, there's just no way.
All right, guys, your top 2, we've been waiting for it all season long. Katarina Nash versus Katie Compton. Katarina Nash versus Katie Compton in Fort Collins. It was everything we hoped it would be. Nash takes it Saturday in the mud. Compton comes back on Sunday. Each day it was just back and forth, blow for blow between the two. We gave the number 1 spot this week to Katarina Nash. I know there's gonna be comments down below. You guys aren't all gonna agree, but that's what it is. Those two, they were so evenly matched. The reason is I'm gonna go with the consistency of Katarina Nash all season long. She's undefeated except for that one race against Katie. Katie only raced one weekend, so we'll see. Right now, it's Nash 1, Compton 2. Next weekend, they're both gonna be at the World Cup in the Czech Republic. We'll figure it out then. All right, weekend after the USGP, you guys know what that means. The Greenware Zero Waste Ride of the Week. These cups, 100% compostable, zero waste here. Now we're looking at the rider this weekend that just left it all out there, just completely, just gutty, gritty, epic ride of the weekend. It was Yannick Ekman for the men, the 17-year-old, 5th place on Saturday for the women. Michael Dick making a big comeback into cyclocross, 4th place, 5th place. That's it, guys. Zero waste, Greenware Ride of the Week. All right, to your men's rankings this week. Starting things off, Justin Lindeen, the pride of New England, taking both wins in Providence. Moving up, Tristan Schouten, you guys down there, not down there, in the comment section. You get your mind out of the gutter. Tristan has been just off and on all season long. Finally, on Sunday, 4th place, back where he belongs. All right, top 10 this week, just squeaking in. You guys hear that sound? You know what it means, your jump of the week. But again, before we get there, your drop of the week. It's Christian Hoyle. He was up there, 1 in Gloucester. He was 3rd coming into it on our rankings. Cartilage injury, had a crash in Gloucester. He goes down. If you watch the interviews, he was pretty bummed about it.
I was crying a bit at the phone with my wife. So for me, it's really so disappointed my races this weekend, and I can't say anything more.
That was depressing. But what's exciting is the jump of the week, and that's Yannick Ekman, 5th place on Saturday, 17 years old. What were you guys doing at 17 years old? Probably not finishing 5th place at a USGP of Cyclocross. All right, number 9 this week, Todd Wells. Haven't seen him for a little bit, took a bit of a break. We'll see him at Spooky Cross coming up next. Number 8, Ben Burden. Great weekend for the Belgian rider. Chris Shepard was up there, the Canadian, the Northwesterner, having some great rides on the big scene at the USGP. Look for him to go back and maybe tear up some cross crusades coming up here. Now, number 6 this week, moving down a slot. That's right, guys. It's winless Timmy, just still not able to get it done. And after Saturday in Fort Collins, it was kind of looking like he was maybe never gonna get it done.
Your ability to race and to compete with your peers is something that every athlete measures himself on. So right now it's really hard because I'm getting my ass kicked.
All right, guys, cheer up. Don't get too down on yourselves because he was back on Sunday, had a tough start, but rode his way all the way back up, sprinted it out for the top 5. Winless Timmy, maybe top 5 Timmy now. We'll see if he can continue that this next weekend at the World Cup.
All right, still winless, but progress.
Definitely progress, yes.
Number 5, Jonathan Page. Number 4, the dangler, Jamie Driscoll, still in there, dangling it out between 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. But at this point in the season, with so many guys having great days and then bad days, I'll take 4th and 5th every day, every weekend. That's what Jamie Driscoll's been doing. All right, number 3 this week was in contention for your jump of the week. It's Jeff Kabush. Something about Fort Collins. We saw him win there last year. This year, 2nd place, 3rd place for the Canadian both days. I know a lot of you guys were looking, where's the Jeff Kabush interview? Well, we have it for you now. The exclusive, never before seen Fort Collins footage of Jeff Kabush. Roll the clip.
Early in the morning, say goodbye to the greatest beard in the world.
All right, guys, your top 2 this week. You thought it was tough for the women. It's even tougher for the men. We have Jeremy Powers and Ryan Trebone. Back and forth all season long. Saturday, it's Ryan. Sunday, it's Jeremy. We've seen it all season long. How do we decide? We talked to Jeremy Powers. Here's what he had to say about it.
So I was getting confused.
There's only one ranking out there that matters.
I know, the cycling dirt ranking.
Who's number 1, baby?
I don't know. It's gonna
Who's
be
number
tough.
1 this week?
I don't know. It's gonna be a tough
I
call.
talked to Ryan. He says he's been more consistent than you all year, and he should be the number 1 rider.
And I've raced twice as much as him. Ooh. Cross clash. Figure that out.
All right, guys, so that's what it comes down to. Is it quantity or is it quality? I know normally you would take quality any day, right? I'll take a home run over 4 singles any day of the week. But we're going to mix it up a little bit here. I'm going to go Jeremy Powers, number 1 rider in North America. Like we said, he's raced more than anyone. He's taken more wins. You got to reward a guy for putting it out there, putting it on the line week after week. If you do that, you're going to have some bad days. Trebone, we've seen him take it a little easy so far to the start of the year. But that being said, we got a lot of season left. Cross Vegas, it was less than a month ago. So we've got tons of racing, tons more time to see these two battle it out this weekend. Jeremy's going to the World Cup. Ryan's going to Spooky Cross in California. It's going to be epic at both of those races. We'll see what they do, and we'll meet back here next week. I'd like to thank you guys one more time for your great support this weekend, going live from Fort Collins. It was a lot of fun. We appreciated all the love you guys gave us. Go ahead now, if you haven't already, click that like button down there. Help grow the show, help grow the sport, and we'll see you guys next weekend right here on Who's Number 1.